Well, hello. I don't know if anyone's here yet. I'm gonna give it some time for people to log on. I had a slight malfunction because the my account now has like two-step authentication or whatever. Hey, Boulevard of Dreams, how are you? And so I was logging on, and all of a sudden my account just wasn't connected to my PlayStation, and that was just terrible. Um, but we're back, um, and we're gonna play The Last of Us again. So just to give you a reminder of where we're at, last time we talked about society and what happens to the law when society collapses, basically, and to what degree is the law dependent on us as humans, accepting it as valid, and whether you can just like render it irrelevant. Boulevard of Dreams says, "Fine things in you. One quick question: could you maybe whisper me, or alternatively, quickly go with your Twitch settings under safety and privacy and change block whispers from strangers?" And then I can say, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I'll do that. Sorry about that. I did bookmark your tweet. I did want to discuss it with you in private, so I will do that. Thanks for reminding me. Hello, Arilite Zero. How are you? Um, so we were wondering what happens to society when society collapses, and what happens to the law in those circumstances. We were also talking about the difference between an armed conflict and a situation of let's call it peace. Where in an armed conflict, if you have an armed group that is organized and is conducting intense enough hostilities, then the rules for the use of force change and become more flexible, let's say. So you can attack members of that armed group. I'm simplifying. If you want to know more of this in detail, join me on Sunday, where I will talk about this in more detail. But generally, yes, when you're in an armed conflict, whoever is a member of the armed group can be targeted without the need to satisfy the requirements of absolute necessity, meaning that it's the last resort possible because like the zombies launching against you. And or the principle of proportionality. Hi, Cheryl Benson, how are you? So the topic is mostly whatever we come up with as we play this game, which is usually related to issues of use of force and I don't know, general questions about the law. It's a little bit more of a learning through a more engaging, fun sort of activity together. There are parts where we're just going to play the video game. So if you want to join us for this is excellent. If not, if just the just chatting kind of thing is more like your style, then join us on Sunday. Hope you can stay. But if you're like limited in time, then I don't know. If you wanna follow the stream and see what people are saying about this game and the scenarios that are present in this game, then by all means, yeah, please stay. Otherwise, there's always Sunday. So we're talking about these like very complicated circumstances in which the law develops. Only leave it open for a bit, but I'll probably come back for Sunday if I'm up to it. Oh, thank you so much. On Sunday, we will be talking about international humanitarian law and the laws of armed conflict. So maybe that'll be more to your liking. Um, and so yeah, we navigated the first part of the game. We dealt with soldiers and armed groups, Robert and Fedra, and we wondered if that was an armed conflict or not. What were the rules for the use of force in those scenarios? We also made the caveat that the rules for use of force, human rights law in general, are mostly applied to states. So human rights treaties don't apply to like everyday citizens, even though domestic law can apply to individual citizens. So for the purposes of this game, we were acting as if Joel were some kind of like law enforcement official. right? So if there's an armed conflict, status-based targeting applies. You can just shoot at members at the armed group. Again, I'm simplifying. And if there isn't, then you need to comply with absolute necessity and proportionality. The key question is there an armed conflict? And if there is an armed conflict with between Fedra and the Fireflies, for example, that we can probably tell that's true because both groups are relatively organized and the hostilities are relatively intense. But the zombies themselves can't organize. And so they can't really be engaged in an armed conflict. So in terms of learning, that's where we're at. We arrived at our first clicker nest. I'm excited about this. I usually die 1,000 times in this part, so please bear with me. Again, caveat, I'm not a professional player. I'm not a professional streamer. I'm doing this so that we can learn together in more fun ways. So please don't laugh when I die like 1,000 times. The other thing I wanted to talk about, housekeeping stuff. I mentioned this in my previous stream on Sunday, but we made affiliate status, so yay! We are now Twitch affiliates, which means that you guys can subscribe to the channel if you want to contribute to what I'm doing here, and that would be very encouraging to me, and I would be delighted to have you as my subscribers. It also means that you get access to fun stuff like emotes and stuff. I've already contacted an artist to start planning our emotes so that we can build a community that is engaging and fun. I have a couple of fun emotes planned. Some of them will be for free, some of them will be for only subscribers. So hopefully we can continue to grow this community and people that are interested in international law. Any other thing? I think in terms of housekeeping, that should be it. So how about we kill some zombies? Okay, and of course, if you have any questions about international law in general that you want me to talk after I'm done killing the clickers, because this takes a lot of my concentration, then sure. Ask it in the chat, and I'll read it here. If I have my head turned, it's because I'm reading the chat. The chat there is permanent. The one in the screen disappears. And yeah, so let's get on with killing some zombies. Okay, so if I remember correctly, these zombies, they don't notice my light, right? But let's just be careful either way. This one's the easy guy. You just grab him and kill him. The key question here is this me dealing with a threat that can kill me and therefore I don't have any other resort but to kill him? Or am I just killing a wounded person unnecessarily, a sick person unnecessarily? That's the key question of this game. That's the key legal question in this game, to be honest. Uh-oh. I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm gonna die. Yep, I died. I'm not the best at stealth, I'll be honest. Do I have a shiv? Because then I can kill that clicker first. If you have any ideas, so by all means, let me know. I don't have a shiv. Okay, so there's two over there that can see me. I can't even kill the clicker. This is devastating. We're gonna need to kill off some of these before Okay, that's better. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Ah, god. Oh my god. Okay, how about we just kill the clicker first? I did warn you that I was gonna die 1,000 times. This is why this is called the human rights lawyer plays The Last of Us and not a gamer plays The Last of Us or a professional gamer or something. Yeah, killing the clicker first works, I guess. There you go, that wasn't so bad. It's a good point here to, if a soldier is wounded... let me deal with this first, then I'll answer your question. Okay, so, yay. Cheryl says, this is a good point here that he sort of mentioned, if a soldier is wounded, are you not supposed to kill them? You're supposed to protect your wounded combatants. If they are armed and you're unable to unload them easily, then that would negate that, but I'm asking regarding rules of war. So yeah, in war, mercy kills, that idea, someone suffering, let's kill them, are banned under the Geneva Conventions and the additional protocols to the Geneva Conventions. You're not allowed to do that, because the general idea is that you need to heal soldiers that are wounded. You cannot just execute them. I'm impressed that I did this in like not that many tries. What is this? Oh, health, thank God. Oh, and I did say last time that I like finding stuff around here. So I like loot. So if I go off course, it's because I'm looking for stuff. And again, I'm not the best at this game. I think I'm okay. But so I do need to save my ammo, and I just shot like a bunch of times, so. The game is like, you used your gun a lot. Here's some ammo. You coming or what, Tess?
Alright, Tess, go.
Okay, hold on.
I think the game froze a little bit there.
Alright.
See?
Cool.
Doing all right?
Oh, we can craft. So I'm of the philosophy that in life, when you need to choose between a shiv, a Molotov cocktail, or health, you go for the shiv or the Molotov cocktail, not the health.
Down we go.
Yeah, let's get to it. Let me get through here. Watch your back.
after we get back. We can take it easy for a little while.
You want to take it easy.
Hey, you're the one always going on about laying low.
And you always brush me off.
Well, I won't this time.
I believe it when I see it.
So there is sort of like an unspoken rule that says that if you have a character in a show or whatever that says, oh, I would love to go back and do X, the chances that the character is not gonna is relatively high. I don't know if I'm just ruining movies for you guys, but like, yeah, just bear that in mind going forward. People are very quiet today, by the way. No topics you want to talk about? Like, I'm just literally climbing rocks. How do you think the international law landscape will change within the next year relative to the law field? What do you mean relative to the law field? Because, I mean, for me as an international lawyer, this is quite the year for international law, and it's been quite a few years for international law, especially as it relates to business and uni, as it relates to like problems between states. That used to, like, people used to write articles about how the state was no longer that relevant in international law because it was all non-state actors and internal armed conflicts, and now you have an international occupation like the one in Gaza. And the occupation of Kursk in Russia and the occupation of Ukrainian territory by Russia, all happening at the same time. So in terms of like, is international law relevant? Yeah, definitely. I think it will continue to maintain its relevance more now because it's in people's minds, it's in people's words, like people tweet about this. The only time I remember international law being this popular, let's say, was during the War on Terror when everyone was writing about torture and Guantanamo and stuff. So yeah, I think the field will get more and more popular. Unfortunately, right?
Yep. These guys aren't doing well in or out of the city. I just hope there's someone alive to meet us at the drop-off.
It's gonna be fine. Grab his Molotovs.
Like, international law is not necessarily popular because it's nice for people. It usually becomes necessary because you're looking at horrible stuff that's going on. And now we have our Molotov cocktails. Would it be worth it for me to start specializing in it now, or say a first year in? So if you want to do something in international law, you first need to decide what you want to do with international law. Like, do you want to be a ooh, we can have another Molotov cocktail. Do you want to go into academia? Do you want to go into diplomatic services? Do you want to go into investment arbitration, commercial arbitration? Do you want to be a judge at the International Court of Justice? Like, what do you want to do? That's I think, the most important thing when planning your career. And that applies not just to international law, it applies to everything. So let's see the Fireflies. Had a map. Meet up with 2nd Firefly team at Capitol Building.
They're from the quarantine zone.
See? They're not our guys.
Yeah, so it really depends on what you want to do. Oh god, that was a clicker. And once you have some clarity on that, you can just think about how you want to manage your career. Oh god, okay, I'm gonna stop talking about international law for a minute because there's a bunch of clickers here and I need to focus. I hate this part. I might die 1,000 times here as well. But then don't let me forget, Fats maybe, and let's talk about, what is it, how do you end up with a career in international law? Yeah. Ooh, a shift, thank god. Remind me, clickers can't see my light, right? It's so interesting to bring law and morals into worlds where it's seen as non-existent. Realistically, how do you think the government, any, Would deal with zombie apocalypse. Okay, let me survive the horrible, horrible nest of clickers, and we can talk about these things. I'll be honest, I'm just gonna survive. I'm not gonna do anything too heroic here. Oh god. Get out, get out, get out. Oh my god. Where was the exit? The exit was to the left, right? There's a... Oh god, I'm gonna die. Okay, where is the exit, guys? So, hopelessness is part of the job, I think, to a degree. No one gets into, like, that part of the field because they're hopeful about the world. Oh shit. Oh, I said my first bad word. So I think the exit is this way. Oh god, there's a... Was it this way? I think I'm going back. Huh. Let's see. It's this way.
Face.
Where is the exit? I'm gonna die. Is it here? We might need to kill this guy. Oh, we made a boo-boo, didn't we? We made a big boo-boo. It was this guy we needed to kill. So, can we make it without waking him up?
Joel, over there.
Screw it. We lost a Shiv and a Molotov. This was a debacle. Okay, so let me answer some questions. Darvka, first time. Oh. Ah, come on! Really? I was distracted with the chat. Oh, that was so unfortunate. See, that's what I get for trying to answer questions. Well, now at least we have a shift back. This makes it easier. This game has this problem. Sometimes the characters, they just stay there. Go up, Ellie. There you go. Why would they not go up? Okay, let me answer some questions. Hold on. So, you've mentioned warrants previous streams. Might have missed it, but there aren't any warrants right now. Is that due to Britain's actions in July, or is it something political or something else? That's Dear Kafka, first time chatter actually. So yeah, the thing with the warrants is that they. What the prosecutor at the ICC did was he could have requested warrants under seal so that no one knows about it, but it was because of the charged political environment. He decided to convene a group of experts to basically confirm that he had a right to submit this request for warrants against Netanyahu and Gallant. And
where we going, Tess?
Hold on.
Capitol building's in this direction.
Right. So the main point then was let's put a let's make a very convincing request for arrest warrants, and so he made it public with a group of experts. The United Kingdom then said, well, if this is going to be public, then I want to submit objections, and the trial chamber had could have authorized or not authorized the submission of these observations, but it did, and it gave a long deadline to do, to submit these observations. So in the end, that delayed things a lot. So that's why we don't have arrest warrants yet. Hold on, I remember this part, and there is a place where I can get the thing that I need, but it has a lot of zombies. Yes, there you go. So yeah, it's not only the UK's doing, but it is in big part the UK's doing, because the UK then withdrew its observations, but it was sort of already too late. Let's kill more sick people. You know the sheer strength that it takes to do this? It just wouldn't work. Like, you cannot strangle 3 people in a row. Okay, hold on. Let me see more questions.
All right.
They're recently infected. Those soldiers must have just turned.
Which means there's more.
The UK withdrew the request to cancel the warrant, but there 1 or 2 others still submitted. I think regardless, it's just a play for time. Yeah, so a bunch of people submitted observations actually. it was not ideal. Like, a lot of countries and a lot of because once you open up the floodgates, I guess. Wait, where am I going? Once you open up the floodgates, everyone has to send observations. Whether you agree or disagree with the UK's decision, you need to send arguments there so that you can, let's say, counterbalance everyone that's going to say there's no jurisdiction. You need to send your arguments that say there is jurisdiction, you know? Oh, I remember this. This is tense.
What? I don't hear anything.
Okay,
Just go.
They're coming.
I know.
Okay, that's good, go.
You.
You got something on your shoe. Gross.
So to answer Arilide Zero's question
Okay, how do we get out of this place?
about how long would it take for international law to stop working, I think the best thing I can compare this to is like in Peru, where I'm from. Oh, hold on, let me finish the dialogue.
I mean, you must have been somewhere you shouldn't to find an infected in a zone.
Yeah. I was in
This is the Left Behind download.
you know, explore the city. My mom when I ran into infected.
That place is completely off limits. How the hell did you get in there?
I had my ways. Anyways, one of those rooms. That was that.
I see.
It's kind of fun that Cheryl hasn't played this game before.
You were bitten?
No. I went to her for help afterwards.
No one here. I'm surprised you didn't shoot me.
She almost did. Hope she's alright.
I told you. She's gonna be fine.
Yeah, so in Peru, most traffic signs are not respected. And so stop signs are there for basically decorative purposes. You don't just, if you stop at a stop sign, you know, one of those red octangles that says stop, chances are someone's going to crash behind you, because the normative pull of that specific rule that says you stop at a stop sign no longer applies. You still stop at a red sign if there are cars, but if it's too late at night and you're in a dodgy part of town, then maybe not. Because then someone might come while you have your car parked and, you know, rob you or something. So the rules for traffic have really changed in Peru. We have a code of transit rules, but no one complies with it. In fact, in Peru there are no bus stops. Like, buses stop in wherever you want. So you have a practice that has rendered the law sort of useless. And you can say, oh, that is just a bunch of people not complying with the law. Or you can say, no, that's two competitive legal orders competing with each other. And then the informal one has just won, let's say. Oh, it's nice to have another Peruvian here. Peruvian Andy too, welcome. And so, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And so it's the same with international law, right? If after some point, the practice of executing people in the street just becomes accepted by the population, do you have a bunch of people breaching human rights law? Or have you generated a completely different set of rules that have, because there's no society, has rendered the law useless? There's an old Latin saying that says like, ubi societas ubi ius, which means wherever there is a society, there is law. So the general idea would be, if there's no social interaction, there can't be law. So if the bonds of social interaction break down, will the prior law have any normative pool? I mean, I would like to believe that law persists. We discussed this in the previous stream when we discussed, you know, the law of dictatorships. whether the law that a dictator passes is still valid or not. But I mean, there is a legitimate argument for saying no. There's a different set of rules in play now. So let's improve our weapons.
Time to go to work.
Okay, so does anyone have any suggestions? I usually would just, for now, increase either fire rate or clip capacity. I don't think we're going to get as many bullets to justify clip capacity, so let's increase the fire rate on this one, unless anyone else has a suggestion. Cheryl, yeah, in the previous time that we played this game, we discussed how in Peru, when a dictatorship passes laws like without a Congress, for example, is that law still valid once the dictator leaves power? And in Peru, like the general rule is, yes, they are, unless modified by the new Congress. Like they remain in force until modified. Right? So, which is not necessarily the only theory. You could say that because they were rules that were enacted by decree, they should be null and void from the start. But that creates a lot of problems because, say, for example, what happens with the foreign debt that a dictatorship set up? Is it null and void?
Well, there we go.
Shall we move forward? Is there any other questions that I haven't answered? Let me see. Yeah. So I guess in general, what happens with the ICC arrest warrants is that this didn't need to happen. Like it's already moving very slow. Like Palestine acceded to the ICC in 2009. It's been 15 years trying to get this moving, and this like hypocritical action to delay the proceedings with legalese is not really ideal. Have to head off. Still working. Thank you, Alonso, and everyone. Hey, thanks for coming. Here be Draggies. Thanks for coming during your work hours. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm in UK time, so I'm done for today. Still can't believe that there's 12 people watching. I'm gonna just empty this room first. Loot. So, I'm genuinely curious. Are you here because of the option to like discuss international law while playing a video game, or you're just here to see me watch me play a video game? I'm genuinely curious. Like, are you here because of The Last of Us, or because the international law you're playing it? Oh, this is the museum. So the first time that I played this video game,
Shit.
I panicked in this part. It was too scary.
What is this place?
An old museum. Some of these things are hundreds of years old.
Yay! Thanks, Fats. Maybe international lawyer playing it. Thanks, Harry Light. Zero.
Hurry, go.
Anything I can learn about international law or somebody else's perception, says Cheryl Benson, that I have basic respect for. I'm here to learn. I'm always about learning. Yeah, that's the idea. I mean, I will admit that it is a little distracting oh, hold on. My TV is going to turn off. I don't know where the remote is. Where's the remote for my TV? Oh, here it is. There you go. I don't know why this has this thing where it's going to shut down if I'm playing video games. Yeah, I have to admit, like, I'm a little distracted when I'm playing this video game. So, but oh god, another clicker. But hopefully, we can discuss things while we play and learn. That's kind of the point. Even if I'm a little bit distracted because there's zombies trying to kill me. Do I have a shiv? I do not have a shiv. This is terrible. If I remember correctly, I need to get to the other end of the door, and I don't need to kill anyone here, actually. Keep your enemies close. Okay, I need to focus so that the clickers don't kill me. But I will say that I don't like them. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. This is not cool, video game. Wait, I will answer that comment shortly. Okay, Oh god, I'm gonna die. I can't believe I made it without dying. Is this real? I made it? Do I go up or down? You're here because my take's on Paddington. We can talk about Paddington. Okay, that was stressful. I know I missed a lot of like.
The girl.
Uh-oh.
Over here.
Stick with me!
Is there a clicker here? Okay, that was very close. Okay, let me rest for a bit while I answer some questions. So, I'm here for your takes on Paddington. Well, you know, I have a huge problem with Paddington. If you've been around this my Twitter account, yeah, I don't like Paddington because as a Peruvian immigrant that has not changed his name to a train station and has no plans of doing it, I think Paddington is not exactly the kind of model of immigrant that I want British people embracing. Paddington is a non-threatening immigrant because he's basically British, and I am not basically British. I am Peruvian, and I will continue to be Peruvian. So yeah, he's a he's a traitor bear. So I think Paddington is a good story if you want to teach kids to be kind to strangers, but not a good story if you want to teach kids to learn about other cultures and diversity and tolerance towards the other. And like, you should not expect immigrants to fully assimilate to your culture before you accept them and you find value in their contributions to society. I think Paddington doesn't contribute any diversity in the story. Diversity is non-existent, and I feel that's disappointing. So yeah, I don't like Paddington as a standard for immigration. How long have you played this game? So we played 2 hours last time, and now we're at 45 minutes. I have played this game about like 10 times in my life. 3 Mustafar 66. I like the Star Wars reference there. How can proportionality be a good legal term for civilian casualties in war when proportional? Sorry, I lost it. When proportional um, is not related to the number of non-combatants killed on its own, but the military goal of a party to be achieved. Goals which can be completely unrealistic. When Israel claims the goal is to kill Hamas members combined with no international standard for civilian ratios, how can a court rule about the concept of proportionality? Oh, that is a very interesting question. I can't play and answer that at the same time, so bear with me for a second. Essentially, proportionality has many different meanings. When I talk about proportionality in the context of human rights law, I'm not talking about the same kind of proportionality as, international humanitarian law or the laws of war. When I'm talking about proportionality in the laws of war, the definition is that the damage to civilian objects and people has to be proportionate to the military advantage estimated by the attack. So basically, in crude terms, how many people can die for that to be too many people in comparison to the military advantage of killing, say, a random soldier. Generally, very few, right? Ideally, 0. For you to kill a soldier in war, you don't necessarily need to kill more than one civilian. So the military advantage is low, therefore the proportional civilian damage should be 0. But if you are in World War II and you have an opportunity to kill Hitler, the law of war grants you the option of saying the military advantage is so big that some level of proportionate collateral damage can be tolerated. I find that very difficult to swallow. It is a rule that is very difficult to apply in practice because I find it. There's a very interesting movie on this called Eye in the Sky. If you haven't seen it, go see it. The general idea is, how do you measure threat, the military advantage that you're going to get out of removing whoever you are targeting, versus the value of innocent life? And I almost always err on the side of no, it's too much innocent life is at stake here. But that is not what the law says. The laws of war are, I study them for a living, but I don't really like them as law because they are so terrible. They start from the point of view that peaceful coexistence no longer is possible. And so some level of innocent death is warranted. So in courts, I guess courts usually try to avoid these very ugly standards. There's a famous case, I forget the name, there's a very famous case in the International Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia where they needed to determine whether the attack was indiscriminate, so whether it had targeted civilians on purpose or not. And one of the things they did it is by measuring how close the artillery rounds had fallen to civilian targets, because courts don't like doing this any more than we like doing it. So, but I guess what I tell my students is, when you're dealing with international humanitarian law, that's just the starting point. International humanitarian law will lead you to immoral responses, immoral outcomes. So you need to be careful about that. If you're going to treat war as just a numbers game, or how many people can I kill here, how many people can I kill there, then it dehumanizes individuals. So I think it's important to incorporate human rights reasoning into international humanitarian law, so that you don't end up with this horrible body of laws that's just. I mean, if the military advantage is big enough, then you can do whatever you want. So yeah, it's a tricky question. It's a difficult question to ask. But the legal standard is that the military advantage needs to be proportionate to the civilian damage, right? So it is unquantifiable almost by definition. So it is very difficult to apply. It is very tricky to apply. So often, if courts can avoid applying proportionality and instead apply distinction, they do that because it's very horrible to apply proportionality. I don't know if that answered the question. Okay, let's continue, and then I can answer more questions. Sorry if I don't get to your question. Oh, there's dialogue. Hold on. Oh, we lost the dialogue.
Tess.
Here you go.
How you holding up?
Just a bit winded. Look this way. This will get us to the roof.
She's not a bit winded. We know what's happened. Well, some of us know what's happened. What's the name of the movie again? It's called Eye in the Sky. It's a movie. The premise of the movie is very simple. There is a little girl selling bread next to a building where there is
Way across.
a terrorist preparing a bomb, about to go detonate it somewhere, we don't know where. And you have a chance to
There she
kill
is.
him.
That's our
Yes,
bread.
Eye in the Sky, Cheryl, that's it. So the question is, do you kill the terrorist and risk killing the little girl? Or you save the little girl, but fail to save the terrorist and potentially risk a terrorist attack from eventually happening. And that's the moral and legal question that the movie asks. And I'm not going to tell you the end, but it's very it's a very good movie.
It's gonna be a little.
I love how this little moment here, I really like movies, and this is a very cinematic video game. I love how Sarah was very vulnerable and dependent on Joel. And this little moment, that like raspberry from Ellie. Hold on, important
Is
dialogue.
that everything you hoped for?
Jury's still out. But man, can't deny that view.
Come on, this way.
Yeah, so that little raspberry there signals
Let's pick it up.
this isn't Sarah. This girl doesn't need you as much. And I find that such a nice way of conveying that message.
We're almost done. Stay focused.
Yes, ma'am.
Cheryl says that Canada is very big on diversity. I think diversity is super important. It gives you different viewpoints for everything. Like
It's right
I
around
was-
this corner. Come on.
I was discussing in
Good
Twitter
moving, kid.
if there's such a thing as apolitical knowledge, and I fundamentally disagree. There is no apolitical knowledge. So where you come from, the experiences you've had in your life will determine how you approach knowledge. So I think that is an important conclusion to have, because it leads you to the result that if you have more different viewpoints, then your understanding of the world will be even richer. Now what? Which is my problem with Paddington, right? Paddington adds nothing for diversity. Everything he will do and say is British in nature. There's nothing Peruvian about him.
There we go. Home stretch, Tess.
Just so it's out there, I can't swim.
Look, it looks like it's shallow on the right side. Follow me.
I'm glad Marlene hired you guys.
What do you mean?
I know you guys are getting paid for this, but I'm trying to say thanks.
Yeah, sure thing.
Oh, I also die a lot in this part. So we're switching enemies now. We're going from zombies to Fedra in this part. So bear that in mind when it comes to like the legal discussions that we can have. It's very challenging talking and playing at the same time. I hope you guys don't mind the little pauses to like explain stuff, but it's really difficult to like play a video game competently, hopefully competently, and talking about academia and international law.
No. No, no, no.
What happens now?
What are you doing, Tess?
Maybe they Maybe they had a map or something to tell us where they were going.
How far are we gonna take
As far as it needs to go. Where was this lab of theirs?
Oh, she never said. She only mentioned that it was someplace out west.
What are we doing here? This is not us.
What do you know about us?
Oof.
About me?
I know that you are smarter than this.
Really? Guess what? We're shitty people, Joel. It's been that way for a long time.
No, we are survivors.
This is our chance.
It is over, Tess! Now, we tried. Let's just go home.
I'm not going anywhere. This is my last stop.
Remember how she said that
What?
she wanted to go back and take things down a notch?
Our luck had to run out sooner or later.
There you go.
No, don't touch me.
Holy shit. She's infected.
Joel,
Let me see.
I didn't mean for
Show it to me. Oh, Christ.
Oops, right? Give me your arm. This was 3 weeks. I was bitten an hour ago, and it's already worse. This is fucking real, Joel. You've got to get this girl to Tommy's. He used to run with this crew. He'll know where to go.
No, that was your crusade. I am not doing that.
Yes, you are. Look. There's enough here that you have to feel some sort of obligation to me, so you get her to Tommy's.
Characters that say they want to go back somewhere
They're here.
usually die.
I can buy you some time, but you have to run.
You want us to just leave you here?
Yes.
There's no way that...
I will not turn into one of those things. Come on. Make this easy for me.
Fine.
No, just go! Just fucking go.
Ellie,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this.
get a move on.
So 3 Mustafa 66 wants me to explain the difference between segregation and apartheid while I kill Fedra guys. So let's try and do that. Oh, Ari lied 0. Most people who die have ponytails. I did not.
Fuck! I can't
I had
believe we
not-
did that.
I hadn't noticed that.
We just left her to die.
Stop.
You stay close to me. We have to move.
Oh, man.
Always Molotov over life, guys. Yeah, so
We'll go upstairs.
systematic discrimination.
From there.
Eesh.
Just keep pushing forward.
She took out 2 of my men. Copy that.
Systematic discrimination. Think of the Jim Crow South.
Tess.
And apartheid, think of South Africa. So the difference is very nuanced.
They're gonna be here soon.
But it is basically whether you are setting up a system of racial domination, or you're quote unquote just engaging in discrimination. I don't see the point of the difference as much. I think it's mostly to try and cover the most amount of circumstances, but I find it very difficult to believe that systematic discrimination does not eventually lead to apartheid. So I would call the Jim Crow South apartheid. I would call it even genocide. But yeah, it's
Joel.
it's a nuanced difference.
Let's go check down the hall. Check over there.
I remember that one of the guards comes up to me if I don't do anything. So let's wait.
I know you're here.
Keep your head down.
You're gonna pay me right into the officers!
Go, come on.
We got you surrounded. He's over here. Check out this area. We'll check it that way.
That's one thing that the second game really improved. Oh god. Okay, now I could have used that health. In the second game, when the characters actually talk, the NPC players talk to each other, there is someone around there. In this game,
Straggler. Come on already.
they sort of talk to themselves.
Nice looking out.
Thanks, Cheryl.
All right, come on, Ellie.
See you on Sunday. So, Light Zero, the ponytail theory, I'll add to that. Most redhead superheroines go mad. Think about it. Jean Grey goes mad. Scarlet Witch goes mad. Am I going the right way? I think so. Let me read that question. 3 Mustafa 66 says, what's the law on unilateral sanctions when put in states for the domestic human rights record? Does it violate the prohibition on the use of force in the UN Charter or the principle of non-intervention? I think it does. I think most Latin American states would argue that it does. Many Latin American states have prohibitions in their constitutional law saying that they cannot impose unilateral sanctions because only multilateral sanctions through the UN Security Council are valid. But of course, this is an area of that is disputed. Countries that sanction think that sanctions are legal. Countries that don't sanction or that are sanctioned think that they are illegal. I personally think that they are illegal.
Joel, how are we gonna get out of here?
We're gonna go through that hall. Stay down, I don't know how many more there are.
Oh god, there's a lot of them. So superheroes present a different problem. It's like, can you even arrest them? Are you even capable of arresting them? Oh, there's a guy here trying to sneak up on me.
Hold your positions!
Oh god. Oh, you can't grab them?
Move it!
Ah, they killed me. I didn't know you couldn't grab them. Ari Light Zero says we can arrest Superman with enough kryptonite. We can,
Stay down. I don't know how many more there are.
but is that torture? I feel like if superheroes existed, they would not be noble and good. They would all be like kind of like the boys. Oh god, I'm gonna die again.
Oh, man.
Two birds, one stone, right? Okay, fine, I'll use my big gun. Oh, that was a headshot. Oh, they have armor. That's not fair. He doesn't, though. Let's go kill him. Oh god. Oh god, they're gonna kill me. Okay, at least he has no more helmet.
You're dead, asshole.
Ah, I missed. Okay, there's one more, right?
Thank you.
Well, there's the exit.
There you go. Now we can leave in peace.
There's stairs over there.
Stay low.
Don't stay low, just run.
Following us.
God damn it.
I repeat, no target.
There's a soldier over there.
Copy that.
How the hell are you breathing in this stuff?
I wasn't lying to you.
There's actually a good book on the law of superheroes. I relied to
No,
you.
the place is empty.
I'm searching out here. Check over there.
It's somewhere over there. I don't remember the name of the author.
Where are you, motherfucker? Stupid.
Oh, man.
Only one bullet. How do we get to this? Just bad, guys. Only one bullet? Ah! Oh, I lied. By the way, I will have nicer emotes as of Saturday, I think. I got in touch with a very nice artist, and she's designing some stuff for us. So if you want to use cool emotes, well, some will be free, but if you want to use cooler emotes, also, you know, subscribe to my channel. You love your hyper monster. Yay, thank you. Am I missing loot here? Oh wait, did I miss something here then? There's an office here. Nope, there's nothing. I guess we go through the train. Like, I've played this game before, but I always forget.
Hey, I can't swim.
We'll figure something out.
3 Mustafa. Again, is Kosovo still part of Serbia because of the breach of Article 51 of NATO and the principle of law not arising from injustice ex injuria jus non oritur? So it depends on what you believe a state is and how it can form. Traditionally, the rules of self-determination for states are that you need to be a people, qualify as a people to qualify for self-determination, and that means that you need to have had some level of autonomy at some point, and Serbia would argue that Kosovo doesn't have that quality, and it doesn't have a right to external self-determination, even if they qualify as the Kosovar people, because external self-determination is only warranted for those who have a right to uti possidetis juris, meaning that the colonial borders become the new borders. And so Serbia would argue, no, Kosovo doesn't have that right. Others believe that in cases where there is a systematic oppression or gross human rights violations, there's a remedial kind of secession that allows entities that don't have a right to uti possidetis to declare independence and become independent states. It is all very tricky, probably left best for a longer video. But in general, the question depends on what your assumptions are. Am I trapped here? I think I'm trapped here. So I remember that we need to find the plank for Ellie. So I think we just need to dive, right? Yeah. God, it's dark in here. The plank was somewhere around here. Here you go.
Get on.
Really?
Ellie.
Okay.
Has any of you ever
Be careful.
dropped Ellie? Okay, I think there's loot back there, so let's go get it. Like I said, I'm not gonna read these out loud.
I got it.
Yeah, so this guy died horribly. I think there's parts in here. Yeah, there is. How do I get them though? Okay, I need to go out. How do I get those parts? Triangle, triangle, triangle. Okay, I got him. Oh yay, firefly pendant. Oh god, gonna drown. So yeah, in terms of self-determination, just to round up the idea, it really depends on who do you think has a right to self-determination. Only those like communities that have a right to utiposidetis because they've been like former colonial entities or whatever, or does any group subject to oppression have a right to external self-determination? I'm more of the states are an artificial construct, so I don't see why any community would be entitled to a state, provided that, you know, certain conditions are met.
Let's get out of here.
So I don't like formalist approaches that say, no, you don't comply with X requirements, so you cannot be a state. I don't like that. But there needs to be some level of like community. There's a really good book by Alex Green that you should read about this. Check it out. Yeah. In terms of Security Council reform, I think we need more permanent members of the UN. Hold on, there's dialogue here.
Hey, look, about Tess. I don't even know what
Here's how this thing's gonna play out. You don't bring up Tess. Ever. In fact, we just keep our histories to ourselves. Secondly, don't tell anybody about your condition. They think you're crazy, they'll try to kill you. And lastly, you do what I say, when I say it. We clear?
Sure.
Repeat it.
What you say goes.
Good. Now there's a town few miles north of here, there's a fella there that owes me some favors. Good chance he could get us a car.
Oh, Bill.
Okay.
Let's get a move on.
So, I think part of the problem is that we're dealing with a Security Council that is unable to arrive at any like kind of like agreement on
Here we
anything.
go.
And
It'll be faster to go through here.
the main proposal by the big powers,
Man,
so-called quote-unquote powers.
nothing. It's
Wait.
just... I've never seen anything like this, that's all.
You mean the woods?
Yeah. Never walked through the woods. It's kind of cool.
So the main proposal by the great powers is, oh, then we need to reform the rules that we cannot enforce because we cannot find agreement. So use of
Why
force,
don't you
right?
just take me back to my
Oh.
life?
She
Sorry,
was up to the task.
dialogue.
Why'd she drop you off on us?
Well, maybe she's better now.
Kid, I don't mean to upset you, but your friend's chances of survival weren't too high to begin with.
She's a lot tougher than you think.
It don't matter. Because I doubt I can get either one of us back into the city in one piece. Trust me. I wish there was some other option.
Right, so the powerful states, what they're saying is, we need, because we cannot find agreement at the Security Council, we need to reform the rules of international law that we cannot enforce because we can't find agreement. And I just find that so unacceptable. We need to have looser and more loose rules on use of force because we cannot find agreement to say, okay, we need to attack this or that state in this circumstance because there's a need for like international intervention. So therefore, we need to come up with these like watering downs of the prohibition on the use of force. Because we can't find agreement in international law. So that's how you get humanitarian intervention, you get the unwilling or unable standard, you get preemptive self-defense. You say, I need to be able to attack terrorist groups that are anywhere in the world because I cannot find agreement in the Security Council to say, that terrorist group we need to attack. Right? And I just find that unacceptable. It's not the safeguards that protect smaller states from invasion that we should water down. It's the capacity to block collective enforcement through one single vote. So why is it that we conceive ending protections for smaller states as more feasible than getting rid of the veto?
What are we doing?
Ellie, we're talking about international law. Please don't interrupt me. So I would just reform the Security Council to include more permanent members from more parts of the world, and then collectivize the veto. You should not be able to block action through just one single vote. That would be my main proposal for reform. I am keeping my eyes open in case I see a what do you call it? Firefly pendant. So let me know if you see one. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Should we climb it?
No. Wire on the top, but we gotta find a way to go around.
I remember the first time I played this, I took a long time to do this. What?
Fireflies.
Oh.
I mean, real fireflies.
Yeah, I see that.
Sorry. I lost myself for a sec.
You get up here and I'll get a look.
Oh, yes. I love this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. At some point relatively soon, I'm going to need to go, mostly because I am making beans, and my beans are almost ready. So at some point, my timer will go off, and I will need to leave you guys, because I'll need to go make beans. So, 3 Mustafar, hold on. Let me place the plank and read it.
Here we go.
In genocide, the prevention and punishment of the crime of genocide requires dolus specialis, a special intent to destroy a group as such. But in the Akayesu trial, it was decided that the offender is culpable because he knew or should have known that the act committed would destroy in whole or in part the group. Not the intent to destroy the group. Not the intent to destroy a group is sufficient, but the knowledge that such action. Yeah. So, not as widely as I would like. This shift.
Hey, you, Bill.
Where do you usually meet him?
Huh? Different places.
You've never been here, have you?
I know this is where he lives, but no, I ain't never been here personally.
And that smoke, you think that's him?
Sure as hell better be.
Well, let's go check it out then.
All right, come on.
So, the ICJ, for example, has a different standard. The ICJ believes in the only reasonable inference to find genocidal intent. So they believe in a more purposive element. The guilty person the intent needs to be described as wanting to kill the entire group, and I think that's just too narrow. It makes genocide very difficult to prove. To me, a knowledge-based approach, like the one you described, 3 Mustafar 6.6, is much better. It's more in line with the reality of genocide, because the idea that you need to want to commit genocide, and it needs to be the only reasonable inference of what you're doing, that you wanted to destroy everyone, means that genocides are rare. They almost never happen. But that's not true. Genocides happen all the time. Oh god, clickers. So... I'm gonna use my handy... So there's a door there that we need to open with a shift, and there's a clicker here. So I'm gonna kill the clicker with my melee weapon. Right? There's stuff in there, right? Yeah, there's stuff in there.
Oh, fuck.
Language.
Through here. Just give me a second. Are you all right?
I'm trying to learn how to whistle.
You don't know how to whistle.
Well, does it sound like I know how to whistle?
No dialogue option here? Oh, this is one of Bill's notes. So if you've seen the show, Bill is a character that is very different in the show. I would like to ask you about a similar topic, the Russian-Ukraine war. Do you believe that, one, Russia will be punished by the ICJ if Putin's arrest warrant is executed, and two, Russia is committing genocide in Ukraine? I think Russia, as in Russian war criminals, can be punished. Putin himself is more difficult because he has immunity. So, at least, well, he has immunity in the countries that will protect him. Like, he will never go to a country that doesn't recognize him immunity under the Rome Statute. And so it's more difficult to hold him to account. Hopefully they will. We can talk more about this on Sunday, because this is a complicated topic. But I think it's difficult to hold Putin to account, even though I hope it will happen. I love these little rooms. And do I think Russia's committing genocide? I think there's a very reasonable, legitimate case for Russia committing genocide in Ukraine.
Shit. It's jammed from the other side.
Here, boost me up.
No, that's not such a good idea.
Well, I can't boost you up. How else are we gonna get over there?
All right, come here. Give me your foot. Now listen, you just open it, okay? Nothing else.
Sure thing.
Easy, easy.
Okay. Okay.
Ta-da!
Good job.
Thank you.
This is the first time that Joel says something nice to Ellie, and it's literally just good job.
So let's say we get a car from this buddy of yours. Then what?
Well, then we go find Tommy.
Marlene said he's your brother?
And more importantly, he was a Firefly. You know where to take you.
Oh, okay.
He lives far from here, which is why we need the car.
Oh, this is a dialogue.
Oh, look at that.
Would you play this before?
No. But I had a friend that knew everything about this game. Apparently, there's this character called Angel Knives who'd... what was it? She'd punch a hole through your stomach before kicking your head off.
I was never a big fan of these things.
I wish I could play it.
So, if you had to score my gameplay right now, would you give me a good score? I've always wondered, like, compared to the average gamer, not the, you know, pro, just how good is my gaming? Oh, that was a lot of looting. Oh, I think there was something here, right? Yes!
Fireflies were everywhere, huh?
Yeah, they were. Hoping to restore the country to what it was. Maybe.
Oh god.
Jesus!
Now that the Israeli occupation is declared illegal, can Israel still claim self-defense under Article 64 of the 4th New York Convention? 3 Mustafa R66. I really think we should talk about this on Sunday, because this is a huge question and I can't answer it while I'm killing zombies. But generally, I don't think... hold on.
He knows how to find things.
Well, let's hope we don't blow up trying to find him.
Just watch your step, you'll be fine.
Generally, I think Israel is still an occupier in Gaza. At least it retains some of the, obligations of an occupier. And so I don't think it has a right to self-defense in Gaza. It has a right to protect its population from attacks by Hamas, by all means, in its own territory.
I reckon he is.
But it doesn't have a right to frame this as self-defense in Gaza, I think, because it is the occupier. If you're the occupier, then you are the one deploying force already. So theoretically, either your use of force was legal, and you are in Gaza legally because it's an act of self-defense, or you are the aggressor in Gaza and your occupation is illegal. But you cannot then claim that those who are occupied resist you, and you claim self-defense against the resistance against the occupation. That's not how it works. In another video, we discussed more about the right of resistance and whether Hamas can be considered resistance or not. I don't think it's
Let me use that. Pretty good shot.
Ellie wanting to use a
Why don't we
bow.
just leave this kind of stuff to me?
I think there's a big debate about whether you can consider Hamas
I don't think so.
resistance or not. Check out the What is Self-Defense video if you want answers for that. I think it's still on my channel. Otherwise, it's on YouTube. Yeah, that would be useful because it's a big topic.
Here.
But generally, in terms of self-defense, no, I don't think Israel has a right to self-defense in Gaza.
It's all clear. Come on up.
All right.
Oh, thanks, Boulevard of Dreams. Yeah, I'm getting more subscribers on YouTube, and I really don't advertise that a lot, so I'm happy about that. The way this works is Twitch allows me to keep, as an affiliate, to keep the videos on the Twitch channel for 14 days. So I keep them there, but when they are deleted by Twitch, I then upload them to YouTube.
Shit.
I don't want to wake up the clicker. So one of the emotes that I've commissioned to this artist that I'll introduce you to her some other time when the emotes are ready is a war crimes emote. So when we commit war crimes playing video games, you can say that they are war crimes. Yeah, Mustafa66, I do think I could go into a lot more detail on Sunday, so please come by.
See that wire? Stay underneath it, okay? Just keep your head low and you'll be fine.
All right.
Okay, between health and a Molotov, what do we always do? Molotov.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Shit, you're gonna go in there?
I want to see what we can find.
You're gonna find my body when I die from a heart attack.
Don't worry. I got this.
I think there's a bunch of zombies here, right? The timer for my beans is gonna go off any second now.
Fuck. Jeez. That thing scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I was expecting him.
I understand.
While we're here, let's
All right.
search the place.
It's amazing. People want to go into the quarantine zone and they're trying to get out.
You think they ever found each other?
How the hell would I know?
Well, I'd like to think they did.
Ezra and Rachel? Maybe they found each other. Okay, let's go back. Where are was the staircase here?
Let's get the hell out of here.
Oh, shit. Those things are kind of awesome.
There's one way to do it.
Eight bullets?
See that? Get back.
Oh god, I killed myself. That's bad.
Just stay close.
8 bullets again.
Ellie, come on.
Oh, this is gonna be a good place to stop. Okay, let's try to survive this, and if I die, we stop. If not, when we meet Bill, we stop. How about that?
I don't want to build stupid traps. There, that fridge, it looks like that's a counterweight.
Okay.
Cut that rope, and it'll bring me down.
On it!
This is such a great sequence. Like, whoever thought of this as a video game maker.
Joel!
Shit, here they come.
Joel!
Just hang to the rope. Ellie, how's it looking?
I'm going as fast as I can!
Caramba. Uh-oh, clicker.
Ellie!
I need a bit more time!
Take time, Ellie.
Hold on.
It's so difficult to do it upside down. Oh, that was great.
You all right?
Yeah!
Come on, you can do it.
Here! Catch!
Thanks. God damn it.
Come on! It's cutting!
Hurry, they're just hurrying.
Ow.
Hell off, or you son of a bitch!
Uh-oh.
Ellie, they're getting close! Hey, over here!
Nice. Hey, I did good on that. Didn't die once. I did well on that, right? I think that's the proper language. Bill!
Get off your ass on your feet.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Which way? All right, we'll cut through. Come on, here.
I gotta say, playing this in surround is stressful.
Damn. Where's the goddamn key?
Guys behind us!
Bill, come on!
Oh, I threw a Molotov without wanting. That's unfortunate.
Bill, they're coming to the door!
Fucking knew it. Take him out. That's the only way through.
Ellie, stay back! Stay back!
right. Come on, we're almost there. Follow me.
Oh, shit.
God damn it, they're coming over! Come on! They're getting through! Keep going, this way, through the truck!
Come on, Ellie. Let me climb.
Move, Ellie, move!
Go on, I'm going.
It's open!
Okay, after this dialogue, I'm gonna call it a day. Do you agree with the criteria of state under the Montevideo Convention? I do not. I think it's statehood is not a rule book.
Ellie. Hey, what are you... Joel?
Bill!
What are you doing?
Bill!
Let me go.
Turn around and get on your knees.
Just calm down a second.
Turn around and get on your knees. Don't test me. Just
Take it easy.
any bites? Oh. Anything sprouting?
Oh, God damn it, I'm clean!
If I see so much as a prick. Ow! Stop! Son of a bitch!
You done?
Am I done? You come into my house, you set off all my traps, you damn near break my shooting arm. Who the fuck is this punk and what's she doing here?
I am none of your goddamn business, and we're here because we owe Joel some favors. And you can start by taking these off.
I love Ellie.
Some favors is some kind of joke.
I'll cut to the chase. I need a car.
Well, it is a joke. Joel needs a car. Well, if I had one that works, which I sure as hell don't, what makes you think I'd just give it to you? Huh? Yeah, sure, Joel, go ahead. Take my car. Take all my food, too, while you're at it.
By the looks of it, you could lose some of that stuff.
Listen to me, you little shit.
No, fuck you! You handcuffed
I
me.
need you to shut up. All right?
Whatever favors you think I owe you ain't worth that much.
Actually, Bill, they are.
Well, it don't matter, because I don't have a car that works.
But there is one in this town.
Parts. There are parts in this town.
Meaning that you could fix one up.
All right. If I'm gonna do this, there's some gear I'm gonna need.
All right.
It's on the other side of town. Now you help me go gather it.
Just about tolerance.
Maybe
The amount
I
of
can put
shit
something
Ellie
together
threw
that
at
runs.
him, that should be considered at least verbal war crime.
I owe you nothing.
That's fine. A couple of days from now, we'll probably be dead anyway.
Good. Follow me. Whole goddamn town's booby trapped. Best stay right on my ass.
Can't miss it.
Knock it off. All right. Whatever supplies you may want or need, I suggest you grab them.
Hey, thank you. Ellie, take a look around, see if there's anything we can use.
Alrighty.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go make beans, so I'm gonna call it a day. But thank you so much for joining me in this playthrough. Hopefully, I know it's very distracting trying to talk about international law while playing the video game, so I know that my answers are not as long as on Sunday. But like I also have to play the game, so it becomes challenging. So my questions are a little bit shorter because I also don't want this to become like the game paused and me talking about international law, right? Oh, thanks. I'm glad that you like the stream. So I guess we're building our way of doing things here as opposed to Sundays. Today, I guess, is shorter answers. On Sunday, we can expand more. And just spread the word so that the channel can keep on growing. And ideally, we can find some more subscribers and we can get some interesting emotes for you guys. I'll have more news for sure on Saturday and Sunday. We'll continue doing this stream on Wednesdays, but eventually I'll need to change it because of some conflicts that I will have when the term starts. But generally, thank you so much. It's really mind-blowing to me that I have 10 people watching me play The Last of Us. I really hope that my shorter answers, are still satisfying and you get to learn something from this. The general idea is to have fun while learning. So I'm having a lot of fun playing this video game. Hopefully you are learning and having fun as well. Anyway, thank you so much for sticking with me. Subscribe to the channel, spread the word, and I will see you on Sunday. Bye. I'm going to stop the stream now.